you've accepted everything in some kind of a way, you hear this little echo of a voice telling you about your silence, telling you about how great it is that you're free from all the karmas of life, telling you about how amazing it is that you found this place of peace, whatever it is. Observing your reality. The moment that you look at something, you begin to observe it. So, if you do wish to be out of observation, out of the possibility of expression, then you would have to not observe any of your reality at all. Not even you. None of it's happening in any way. And in some way, then, even if your body was doing things, you wouldn't be there with it. In some way, you are there with it, but you're not, because you're not observing it. And so an action occurred, but no observation of it. Many things have occurred, but no observation of it. And so, in some way, 10 years after you've done this for 10 years, we could ask to you, what did you do for the past 10 years? And you would not know what has happened. You could say to us only the observation of what was occurring for you observationally. And for you observationally, there will still have been a dialogue and an observation. Now this is going to be the most crazy thing to you if for 10 years nobody has ever asked you what's been going on, to create a question from you as to show you the awareness of what's been happening for you. But finally, something has brought you into an observational view and focus to where you can now look back at what was happening for you for the past 10 years. And for you, none of the things were happening that were happening. People could show you videos. This was you speaking, this was you interacting, this was you dancing. But for you, being the observational viewpoint, which most likely, if you're in this, you won't have been doing the dancing. Most likely you will have been sitting. And somebody will have been feeding you. And somebody will have been forcing you to eat, and all of these different things. And you will not have known, somehow, that these things were occurring, if you wish to survive for 10 years. People may say, oh no, he's probably a breatharian. Okay, that's fine, whatever about that. Moving along. Nobody is proving anything about that, so I don't care about it. Consciousness tries to kill me every time I don't eat or drink water for long periods. I have no attachment to it, so I am able to die. But eventually, when I'm taking a shit that hurts like hell, I drink water. Why? Because I'm fucking dying. I hurt like hell. It's awful. It's obvious that the reason it hurts like hell is because there's no liquid in my system in which to move that shit from my body. And so I'm literally dying, like Elvis on the shitter, just without drugs. So no, I'm just going to drink water, thank you. It was obvious to me in that moment. Just like the Buddha, who got washed away by the river and then realized the middle way as he ate the bowl of rice on the shore when the girl came and saved his life. He washed up though on the shore, so he didn't pull him out of the river. From the story I heard, there's many stories of the Buddha, which is an interesting thing as well. How can there be so many stories? Can we just have the one accurate one, please? Anyways, I like all of the ones though, because they're all perfect. If you heard this one, if you heard that one, they were all the ones you were meant to hear. Oh, almost got me, that little ant. By almost got me, I mean almost got my hair, could have crawled in my ear. It's my big fear. Anyways. Well, because that big fear was here, I sat up. Who knew I needed to sit up? Did you know? I didn't know. Consciousness knew. It sent me an ant to make me sit up. Anyways, so as we go through consciousness, we realize many different things about what's happening here and there and everywhere. We move this way in conversation, we move this way in conversation. We may think that we want to go this way, we may think that we want to go that way, but we just got to follow the flow for wherever it goes. It seems formless, and to me, because I'm so present, I'm like, wait, is this even in line? So I take a little glance backwards. Yeah, I was. Okay, good. Moving along. Pain and pleasure has been popping up because that's what we're talking about pain being our great teacher, being our great friend, because it doesn't allow us to live in our illusion. But the pleasure could allow us to live there forever. But in some way, both of these things are equally here occurring in symbiosis. To where if we didn't have those two contrasts occurring, then we wouldn't know where to center in between. Man, it's quite sunny and bright in this spot I've decided to lay. But that other positioning wasn't really working out for me very well. So I like to figure out where we're going here in this conversation. I kind of lost us a little bit. I didn't really want to discuss that because that would make me look bad, of course. But because I might not want to do something, I will create an agitation or repelling in my energy, and pretty much the reason for it. I actually watched this guy talking about Shaolin something the other day, and he's talking about this ball or this pendulum, and every time you want something, it pulls it almost there, and then it sends it equally away. You know, like, oh, geez. And then if you don't want it, you push it away, and then it has to come towards you. You're like, oh, geez. And I kind of really dug the little analogy, the way he brought it about. I wasn't really sure about him, but I can be skeptical about teachers. You could call me judgmental, but I just really like to be aware, watch with great precision as to what it is that could be occurring with these people and see if, like, what's this guy teaching? Is he teaching something good? Does he have an actual awareness to be a teacher? And if he does, can I talk with this guy, hang out with him, and, you know, either way, I'll empower him. Is there something that I can share with him that can help him as well? I'm always looking to see how I can help individuals. Yeah, and I guess I'll just be peeing for a second. Be right back. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I always wonder how we can help individuals. So that's why I use discriminating awareness, because you have to be able to see somebody else's shortcomings. If you cannot see where Billy is wrong, then you cannot help Billy be right. I like the word Billy, apparently. That's a good name. We like to use little Billy. Oh, little Billy, we love you so much, bud. Now, so, a lot of us go for the pleasures. They're actually pains. And mostly the pain can really lead us to pleasure. It's quite amazing. Because what do we do when we feel pain? Oh, we get away from it. That's immediately pleasure. The moment we feel pain, back to pleasure. Why? Because pain sucks. Now, if we could start seeing our pleasures as pains, that would really help us. Like, whoa, wait a minute. This pleasure is going to make me suffer for 1,000 more lifetimes. I'm going to eventually have a lifetime where I'm in a concentration camp getting raped by some dude. I think I'd rather clear my karma before that and wake my ass up. Now, no need to move in emergency. Don't worry about it. Hopefully you won't have that kind of a reality. But if you do, it's for your highest benefit, so no big deal. Oh, yeah, and by the way, if you are the type of consciousness to be too hypersensitive about the things I'm saying, you're probably not able to understand what I'm talking about anyway, so no big deal. And that makes me feel bad to say, you know, I love you guys. Yeah, you're doing good. But yeah, that's why you have to say things, though, because if you feel bad to say it, you might start not wanting to say it and create a whole character chord shape. And that's for me. That's why I say all the things that I say. It's just because I need to be able to say and be anything. And if I create a reverberation, rebuttaling in my frequency otherwise, I could create the need for the opposite reflection to come about, to show me what's happening and to clear me from my form, from my fixation, as we really are formless. And so that's what meditation does, is it allows us to get into a place where we understand how to be as versatile as the moment is. As formless as the moment is. Sand modeling our life constantly, our attachments, what we believe to be perfect, our greatest pleasure, our greatest success. And we have to let that thing go all the time, because otherwise we would build an attachment that would make everything else in life less instead of equal. Morning! Love you, brother. Whoever you are. He waves to us sometimes, that man. He has a creepy energy to me. I don't know why, and maybe he's a really nice guy. He has a nice big stick and staff. He's here now.
Any sources for a little bit of 420 around? Just a little bit today?
Yeah, I got a little bit.
Well, cash is coming later, lots of it, but not right now. Like you got like a puff or something.
Yeah.
No, really. And also next week I get my Social Security check, and well, all things are better then.
Yeah, I'm not really looking to make any sales myself, so.
Just a bud.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pay you back.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cheers, bro.
Jeff,
Ryan.
I see you all down here. How long you all been down here?
I don't know. I've lived on the island for quite a while.
Yeah.
Went away for 4 months and come back. We've been here for a couple weeks or so. On this spot right here.
Why here? It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I've lived in Florida for over 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it here. I'm from
Yeah, I love it
DC,
here.
did a year in Vegas. Vegas is the man-made paradise. This is the real thing, this whole friggin' island. I was up in Yow Valley at Heritage Park. Oh my God. I had cataract surgery last summer. It's like everything is like, bah! It's like museum quality art, God's art. Really, everywhere you look, sunset, sunrise, people. It's awesome. I'm never leaving. Sorry, Mom. I'm not coming home on Christmas. Maybe July when it's warmer there. See you later.
Yeah, I love you, brother. Very interesting. Ugh. Hi there. Did you catch his naked body?
I hope not. I turned
I hope not,
around
too.
right when he walked up.
Yeah.
I might have gotten his leg or something.
Yeah, beautiful man. He seems real nice. Just wanted something was all. Old guys can creep me out sometimes, old naked men. Looking and waving at you like they know you. I always wonder if they want Miss Ray over here. You trying to come over and stare at this pretty girl? Nah, he was cool. He just wanted some marijuana. You always tell when somebody wants something, I guess. And not always do I give people marijuana, but I just feel I'm not prone to wishing to give people everything. Other people have that validation status ego with them. I give all kinds of things if it comes up in the flow. I give up stuff in a way that, can't really even be taken much credit by myself. Other people, they have great credits given to them, so they only give if they can be receiving the reward of that credit, which is interesting. And then when they do give, they need to receive the gratitude and all the praise and all of these things, and if they don't, then they won't give. There's no reason then to give. And for me, I'm just like, whatever, I feel, I used to just give all the time. Oh, you asked me, I must give to you then. No, I use discernment now. And so I just feel every time. I don't have any reserve. I'll give to anybody, and I won't give to anybody. If you're given to by me, it's because all of consciousness wanted you to be given to by me. So that must mean something about you specifically, and if anything, I could be grateful for you for coming up and letting me know that I had a gift I had to give to you, or I had a message to hand. Consciousness wanted you to say no to me today, or consciousness wanted you to say yes to me today. Oh, thanks so much. Appreciate you. Thanks for letting me do that. And maybe I'd be upset about it even, whatever it is. But I always feel and I always trust the moment. I always allow the moment to do what it does. And that's really beautiful. So that brings me back into doubt and judgment and worry and strife, all these different things. Why we're talking today on this video, bringing into a lot of different dialogues, why we haven't been doing movies, been kind of worried about the validity or the reason or the purpose for the movies, if they would actually be a benefit, if consciousness sees it to be a benefit, or if I just need to be being a good boy and doing my practice and breaking away from everything again. I have this ability right now to want to do that, Which brings me back into what we were talking about previously in some way. The ability to wanting to fixate in a big way to what I see to be a preference in some way. I forget what we were talking about. It was leading into it for just 1 second, then I lost it. Oh, yeah, that exactly tells me exactly what we're doing. And so I leaned into it for just 1 second, and then we lost it, and it tells me exactly what we were doing. Oh, this is so tough. Losing it again and again and again. We just keep on losing it. And so we have to figure out, what are we doing again? And, I don't want to be doing that with people watching me. And so that's exactly what we were talking about, which is just so cool. If I don't want you guys seeing me in this way or in that way and that way, then I actually can't be fully me. I can only be the me that doesn't include those kinds of frequencies. But as it turns out, every frequency within me balances to create the amazing specific being that I am currently in any moment that I happen to be in the versatile manner in which I'm able to formlessly form myself in a limitless manner for the benefit of everything within that moment, the benefit of all of myself. And so when I want to form myself, meaning I want to go this way, or I want to go that way, I want to stay on subject. All of those things are forms that must be broken. And so as you talk to me, we will break through forms together. And I am an amazing, phenomenal expresser. And so I get into these places where I'm like, okay, we've already broken through those forms. Why are we going back to it? Because this expressional teaching is a powerful teaching. It is a strong, amazing empowerment and activation that for the whole of consciousness is extremely necessary and relevant. Anybody can come into the teachings of what it is I talk about when it comes to the realms of very amazingly, very efficiently, very easily, honestly expressing oneself authentically for the benefit of everything and not against anything, not in attack and defense, and see that it literally is the fastest healing frequency ever. You have an ailment in your arm, you can heal your physical body through the expression of it. It's like, what? Are you serious? Well, how would I express it? I mean vocally. Vocally. Through the breath is really what it is. It's the breath. It's all the breath. There's a song that says the breath is all that's left. And really, it's the breath. You can see how happy I become, when we start to bring in the breath. The Spirit, the Holy Spirit, this amazing thing we're breathing. This in between, it goes in between. It doesn't make sense that it can't. But it does. It's amazing, limitless. And to connect with it is to connect with all that is immediately. The moment that we do, here we are, connected with everything. For at least as long as what we're able. It's an amazing meditation practice. I was telling Caroline yesterday that she could use me as that. I go for so long that if you just stay present with me, it's a meditation, just like if you're watching TV or any of the other things. Except for this meditation actually gives nothing but consciousness discussions. Even when we seem to go away from consciousness discussion because of the way I express myself so authentically in this manner, it always goes to the consciousness discussion, no matter what. It's like, oh, I'm feeling doubt right now. Oh, have you also felt doubt? Oh, okay, good. Well, this is how I work it out. I just express it out. Express it out loud. I just say it. Oh, I'm doubtful about how other people will perceive me. Okay, well then, hi other people, that I'm doubtful about how you might perceive me. I'm going to tell you right now about how I'm doubtful about how you might perceive me. And it's causing me to not feel like I can be myself in this conversation. And it's the craziest thing that every time I do that, thinking that it's going to dissonance me and send me away from the conversation, that actually pulls me, who I am actually, deeper into it. And actually pulls them into a greater harmony with who I am actually in that moment. Oh, this is Ryan, and he was feeling doubtful about expressing himself in front of us. Yeah, that was me. But he didn't surrender to that doubt and become a quiet person over there in the corner, having his own little story, thinking like, everybody hates me, oh my God. He just said it out loud to us. And when he did that, it seemed like he was no longer doubtful about it. It was weird. Like, he expressed it. It was him for, like, the moment it came about, because it was like he wasn't that. I had no doubt. I showed up to my friends, and all of a sudden I got this doubt about how they might perceive me. Like, they put it onto me or something. And then I expressed it. And then it was gone. And so I just wonder, the fuck was that sentence of doubt? Well, it wasn't there. I was empty. And then a sentence of doubt happened. And I constricted. I was like, no, sentence of doubt, no. And then I expressed it. They all heard it, and it was gone, and I was empty from it again. I was like, was that me ever? Was that ever me, that doubt? Or was it just something that come and then wanted to be moved through the center of me, and I did that. It became this big teaching too, because there's a whole bunch of people around me that also have doubt and weren't able to discuss it, so they had a bunch of doubt sentences clogged inside of them, and they were able to unclog them too, because I did it first. So, and then we felt really spacious in here, and we were having awesome, amazing accelerations just through that weird expression of our insecurity or whatever it was that actually is commonly occurring for every one of us as human beings. Reminds me of a teaching that was given to me by a monk dude, living Dharma volunteer that worked at the Tibetan Buddhist Retreat Center here in, not Pagosa Springs, Colorado, but the Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here in Paia, Maui. Lama Yaltsen told him a story about 16 monks that studied under Gyaltsab Rinpoche. I was supposed to be at the Semi Monastery the first year it was built for Gyaltsab Rinpoche, so it's possible that I was there with Gyaltsab Rinpoche, but I'm not saying I was one of these monks, but it did say that I was one of these monks, and other people have said that I'm one of these monks, but I don't know the validity of these statements personally. I can only speak absolutely about things that I've directly experienced in an absolute manner. And most of the things, even though I've experienced them in very absolute manners, I still have had to have many experiences before I would articulate them in a very solid and confident way, just because it's very intelligent and smart to check all of your sources, even if it comes from the greatest realm of consciousness. Now, anyways, these 16 monks were standing in front of Gyaltsab Rinpoche. He was giving them a teaching. He was about to send them through time, and about to send them to 500 different lifetimes with 500 different tribes of people. So they would live in Europe, and they would live in Africa, and they would live all over the world in different groups of people, and they would learn with these people, and grow with these people, and exist with these people, until one day, Gyaltsab Rinpoche would follow them, supposedly perhaps through the prayer flags, or some kind of thing that ties them with the prayer flags, whatever. He would follow through time, and he would enter into one of them, and through Mahamudra, a practice, or giving beings enlightened mind through a power of Mahamudra, you enlighten all of the world, liberate all beings everywhere without one exception. That's pretty amazing. Of course, anybody who doesn't know Gyaltsab Rinpoche, Padmasambhava, or the amazing abilities and consciousness that Tibetan Buddhist practitioners and many practitioners of many spiritualities have had, far beyond the human typical perception. We think that these are phenomenal of fantasy. Phenomena of fantasy. But as it turns out, these are true possible things. We've just been in a time of great confusion where nobody has really left the realm of selfishness just due to the karmas of life. No karma has come into a place where somebody could do it to that level and degree until this time. And so that's very nice, very wonderful that we're all able to have this amazing gateway and access point in this lifetime and change the way the consciousness has been rolling for a long time. We can see that reflected in the past 100-year rise in technology. It shows a giant acceleration in the oscillation of energy patterns, the geometries of all of reality, and how much we're then growing as an entire conscious field. It's showing a huge, rapid acceleration. And so that's what we're a part of right now. Really beautiful. Wonderful to be a part of that amazing rapid rate of growth that is here occurring within the whole of consciousness. I have not taken a hit of marijuana since I took a shit this morning. Can you believe that? We have been really juicily coming into these amazing flows. My sweetie pie is putting down the camera. So, as we're talking about meditation, I was telling her that she could use me as a meditation, and she's allowed to pee during her meditations. Of course, she's looking at me like, oh no, did I screw it up? What's going on? No, she's the best. And there's no pressure on her either. The pressure is put on herself from the way in which I articulate myself, and I don't do anything in the power of suggestion or the clever, sneaky implication style way. I say everything very upfront, outright, and authentic to bring clarity and transparency. I don't want anybody ever tell me I've been underhanded in some way intentionally, that I would do that to myself in some way. That doesn't seem right to me. I love myself fully, equally, every piece of me, and I allow every frequency to exist inside of me and exude through me in whichever manner it may need to be for the benefit of all beings, myself, everything entirely, which is non-separate, is non-dual in focus. And we can find that, you know. So anyways, I'm quite confused as to what's happening inside of here, darling.
I did my Pop-Tart thing this morning.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank God. I was like, what is happening inside of this here cup of coffee? I cannot tell. I'm really glad that you're being so active with that. You know, you're being all conscious and aware, sitting up, squatting down, watching. We talked previously, I know we've been kind of jumping around this past 5 minutes or so, but it's okay, don't worry about it. If you can't stick with us through here, it's a little transmutation of energy is probable what that is. You know, we jump from here to here to here. Maybe people are starting to think within the video. Maybe people are starting to do this, you know, whatever it is. It's based on the receiver and the giver. And now you say, hey, whoa, but there's no viewers here right now. How could consciousness know about the future and how whoever is going to receive this is going to receive this? Now, I will tell you that I could explain quite accurately as to the how, but also that it be not really mattersome, you know, as to the how. It doesn't matter, you know. Whichever way it's able to do that, consciousness will do that. It will make sure that anybody that ever sees this video, it will be in the most balanced relevance to their lives. People will think of me